Guys, welcome back to another Mod Review Monday. Today we're going to be looking at the Rogers Lowboy by Pizzster Modding. This Lowboy is $30, and today we're going to be looking at version 3.2 of this trailer. So, when you get this trailer, you get three files. You get the trailer itself, you get a light pack, and you also get an open def. You could change the mud flaps in the open def, as well as one of the loads is a mobile crane. You could change the logo on the side of that to represent your company. When you get this, there is a freight and a non-freight version. So all that dictates is whether or not it'll show up in the freight market for you. Really that simple. Also worth noting, this mod does require mod guard, which is like a safety key for it, so it can't be leaked and all that. If you have any questions on that, you can find any information you need from the Discord, and I think there's some YouTube videos out there for it as well. So let's get into it. Alright, so here we are in the trailer purchase menu. As you can see, we get a whole new category. You're going to see Rogers there on the left. And then we have 6 main stock configurations, if you will. We got a 2-axle, a 3-axle, a 4-axle, another 4-axle. One of these has a pin on fourth, and the other one is just a straight fourth. We got the 4-axle flipped up, and then we also have 3 with a little stinger on the back. So we'll hop into the customization of all this and see how it looks. Alright, so here we are with the different chain types of this trailer. So we have the single, which doesn't have an extension or booster or whatever you want to call it, and then we have one that does. So I'm going to do the one with the booster really quick just because it's just to show off the different axle configurations. So we have, as you can see, it changed it to a triaxle. Third one's a lift, and then we have this booster or little stinger on the back. If you come to the chassis on this version, you'll see that it has a forward pin and a rear pin, which offsets your kingpin depending on how long your truck is, where it hooks up. And then we have those same options with cables on the undermount position if you want to run a custom truck. So no actual axle configurations, just completely changes up here by the neck on this one. Alright, so with the single chain type, as you can see, there's no more booster on the back. It is just the trailer itself. And when we move on to the body, it kind of does the chassis as well, so you could kind of do it in both places. So here with the body, as you can see, we have the Ultima series. This is a 35-ton. We also have the 55-ton with that 4th axle. As you can see, it is a pin on, and it is in the down position. And then we have the 50-ton, which is just triaxle. And then this says it's a 50-ton with the flip up, but you can flip it down in game, so it could be a 55 too. So here in chassis, you can see that you can still change everything in here. So the body's kind of redundant, if you will. Like, you could just do everything here in the chassis. So we'll go back here to show you really the main type. So we have our pin on 4th axle in the flipped up position. Obviously, we have it pinned on, and with these there's kind of 4 options as well. Because we could do the pin. I see the pin changed. And with the quad fixed axle, if you come back here, you'll see that it's no longer pinned on. It is all part of the same chassis. It's all welded together, and then you get 2 lift axles on the back. As you can see right there, the pin moves, and then they also have it where you could get undermounts as well. So it's kind of mixed in together. It's not really cleanly formatted where I can show you all of one, all the other. So it is what it is. We have a tandem with the front pin, with the rear pin. We got our triaxle, again with the different pins. And then we have our under cables with the front, rear pins, all that good stuff. Alright, so for paint jobs, we got color changeable in 3 different or 4 different spots rather. So as you can see, some of the bracketing there is controlled by the black, the blue, and the red and the green. So that one obviously looks like trash with these colors, but you could spruce it up to match pretty much whatever you're running. We also have armor green, gray, sea blue, western red, straight custom color, and then custom metallic. Trying trying to get a view of it, but as you know with these lower trailers it's a bit harder. You can see it coming through just a little bit. Definitely would be easier to see outside. Yeah, that looks, aside from the lines, that kind of looks legit, I think. You can see the texturing on that too, which we'll get a better view in the up close and personal segment. So now for the main attraction, accessories. Starting up front, we could throw a broom in the neck. We could also put some dunnage. It's kind of hard to see, but right in here you'll see some dunnage blocks appear. We can also change the fenders. So we got diamond plate with, and each of these has with or without mud flaps too. So you could do it with the painted brackets. You could do it full paint, or you could do rubber. And of course you could take them off. We have an option for a spare tire holder up top. Right here we could change the neck cover. You can do it with or without. And speaking of the neck, right here we have chassis lights. So I'll have to get up a little closer for this. If we select that, we get 5 nodes right here. You can put, you know, whatever lights you want there. And it does work with the chassis cover as well. It's not going to get in the way. Which I'll go over the lights on the side of the deck so they're easier to see. We have different wood for our deck. Just 3 different styles of that. We have our side lights right here. So this is the stock 2, so it adds a little extra. This is the stock. And then we obviously have our custom light nodes. We got 2 on the neck, all down the body, and then the rear will be affected with the rear. So let's see some of the lights that come in the light pack. The trailer itself does come with lights, and then the light pack just adds a ton more. So we have our left side beacon, we have a turn signal, side marker light, red marker light, right side beacon, and right turn signal. Nothing crazy with this, obviously. And then if we throw the light pack on, we get a ton more. So we get blue penny lights, blue watermelons, clear glass of the 2. We also have in green, magenta, orange, purple. We also got red, white, Oh, that's the green penny and watermelon. And these come with and without clear lenses. We also get this orange clearance light with chrome. We got the Phoenix lights. Again, some of these look like repeats because they don't have a clear lens. Alright, so that's all that comes in that light pack. So, I mean, you could really deck this trailer out to match whatever combo you're running, whatever truck you're running. So I'm going to throw a couple lights on the side so we can check it out later, and then we'll move on. This pack doesn't come with any wheels, so we could just skip all over all those. Here we have flags, and when you have the flip, you could put them on the very back too. And that is on both sides. Now, coming back here to the taillights, when you have the flip, you can change these lights back here or back here, but there is a little bit of a catch, and I'll explain that in just a second after we see all the options. So here you could do the stock Rogers lights, which consists of strobes and taillights, or you could do your custom light nodes. And back here we have different options here. So we got 2-inch positionals in different colors, some with clear glass, some with not. We also have 3-inch. We got a 45 angle left oval beacon, all in one. So that's your brake light and turn signals and tail lights. Of course, we have our penny lights. 4-inch blue positional. This is a blue all-in-one, so he'll have this for all the colors. It's not a dual revolution. It's gonna stay blue, but it'll do the same thing as a brake light: shine brighter, shine dimmer for turn signal, brake, as well as be a positional light. As you can see, it's on. We have a left and a right. Got our watermelons, all the same stuff up front. We got it in clear as well, and then we have those same options in all the colors. So we got green, we got magenta, orange if you're feeling it, purple, red of course, I wish they were dual revolutions. I feel like those would be so sick. But I'm assuming that the game doesn't really allow for that to be an easy task. Again, I know nothing about modding. I'm just a consumer. That's all. I don't get any sponsorships, none like that. I do this on my own time, with my own dime. That's just how it rolls. Alright, so those are all the options for taillights. If you see here though, if we just put something super simple, we'll just throw those on. And then we'll put on 2 over here. I'm doing this so I could show you guys the little catch that we'll have to see outside. Alright, with that you could also change your, where'd it go? There we go. Your flaps independently from the flip. These are the custom mud flaps that you can change in the open def. All 3 of these. which I will rush through because we'll get a better look at them on this stinger here. So back here, again, we have the stock. We got custom light nodes, same thing as up there. We have our ovals on a diagonal and then our ovals straight across, which I'm going to turn them off just for now. Here we could do a license plate node, and there are all 50 states, Hawaii included. And they got a little rust on them. That hole's a bit off, but only on some of them. Right here we can do your different banners. So you got the Canadian and oversized and wide load. And then here's a better look at all the flaps that you can get on this trailer. So there you go. That is everything for the customization portion of this. So I do believe it is time for the up close and personal. Alright guys, here we are outside. Time for that up close and personal segment. Starting at the front of the neck. You can read that sticker, super nice. You'll notice that there are hydraulic hookups. I know for a fact if you had the Pizzster 389 and you had the hydraulics on the truck itself, the hoses would hook up to the trailer. I'm not sure if any other trucks use that as well, but I know for sure that his truck is compatible and it will hook up hydraulic hoses for you. We got some badges up here. You can read all that, when it was made. 100,000 pound structural capacity. Reflectors. Yeah, you could even read the DOT labeling on that. Like, that's clear. Here's our dunnage. I did forget to leave the broom in, my bad. But we got our wood in here. You can see that metallic a bit better, not flaky, a little streaky, but it's subtle. Got our piston up here for our little jack stand that'll hit the frame and hold the neck up. All our airlines, hydraulic hoses. Our main pistons for the neck. That'll lift the whole deck up. Rogers. Here we have our operating instructions. You guys can pause it here if you want to learn how to do this. No, I'm playing. You can read everything though. Got our air and electric hookups there. All of our pins. Do have some storage space in here for your chains. Everything on this trailer can be read sticker wise, placard wise. Got our boom trough here. Again, our air and electrical hookups coming through here, routing up through here. And I did notice actually that there are pins here, which would lead me to believe that you can unpin the whole rear end of this and drop in a bigger deck. Nine game, sorry. In real life, maybe. But, yeah, I didn't notice that until I was looking over this trailer before the review. We have full suspension in here. Airlines, brake chambers, slack adjusters, whole nine. All the airlines are routed. We got our leveling, our air leveling thing. Can't even think of the word right now. Air tanks, manifolds. That airbag is for your lift axle. And then we have all of our connects for the rear pin on too. So everything's kind of where it's supposed to be. And you could see too the texturing on this, on the metal. It's not just smooth, it's actually textured. Alright, so since we're here at the back of the trailer, I'll show you the quote-unquote catch, if you will. And this is only for the flip axle. It's the only time it affects it. You can, out in the field, not in your garage, flip this axle up. So if you open up your F7 menu, hit enter, you'll see my mouse. Number 4 is adjust trailer. We're going to hit that. And right here, you can see that we have a flipped up and a flip down. Now, if you look back here, this is our trailer to a T. We have our custom lights here and our 3 ovals here. When you flip it up, the rearmost lights are going to transfer to up here. So, see what I mean? If you think about it, those oval lights should be on this post here, not back here. So if we look, it'll put just stock brake lights and all that on. If you put custom lights on the inner post, they're gonna disappear essentially when you have it flipped up, and your rearmost lights that were on the flip are gonna be on that middle post. And you can see here, everything has been disconnected. Our air hoses and electrical for the flip. It's flipped up. Air tanks, flaps are folded, and they are resting on these little bump stops. And just as you would expect with the electrical being unplugged, your brake lights and lights on this flip, while it is flipped, do not work, which again is to be expected. So let's have a look at the cargo and freight market, and then we'll grab a load maybe and then check out the lighting. Alright, so here we are in the freight market, not the cargo market, the freight market. Since we have the freight market version, you could see right here, it's pretty noticeable because A, it has name branded stuff that the game doesn't, and B, it's, from what I've seen, always a red single setup, single trailer setup. So as you can see, it is in the freight market with some pretty high paying jobs. Highest one at 85 and change a mile. If it's a 3 setup red, that's SCS. There's no Jeeps on this trailer. So just showing you though that it is in the freight market. Alright, so here we are in the cargo market. Just so you know, depending on if your axle is flipped up or flipped down, it will affect the loads you get. If it's flipped up, it'll limit you to like a 85-ish thousand pound load, and if it's flipped down, it'll bump you all the way up to this super huge John Deere 470G coming in at right under 113,000 pounds. So you get pretty big loads on this. Right here you'll see this link belt. This is the crane where on the boom you can change the name to your or to display your company logo in the OpenDef, so you could actually change that. But so we got, let's see, we got our John Deere 470, got link belt cranes, the tip of a lattice boom crane with some weights on there, Hitachi 470, big old scraper, haul trucks. Yeah, so this Lieber LH40 is the biggest you can haul with that third axle flipped up. So 85, right at 85,000 is going to be your cap if you have that axle flipped up. So if you buy this trailer and it's flipped up and you're like, man, I don't see these big loads, make sure it's flipped down and you'll get access to those bigger loads. And then if we come all the way down here to the bottom, this will be your lightest load, the Cat R 1600H bucket. So it's just a bucket, 13,000 pounds, cake work right there. And then we have, balers, we got dozers, 775G dump beds, graders, more parts of that lattice boom crane, great smaller excavators. What else we got? Underground loaders. I mean, there's a ton. There's 39 different loads that come with it, so a lot of different options to get you where you're going. I'm probably gonna pick up the biggest one, and we're gonna take a look at that, and then after that we'll do a look at lighting, and that'll be a review. Alright guys, here is the link belt TCC 750 crane. I went with this instead of the John Deere just to show you what the crane looked like, where you could put your logos and stuff. So it would go on the side of this boom. We got our chains down here, or binders, 2 on the outside, 2 on the inside. We also got our extenders out. Our boom on this is quite long. It does stick out past the trailer, so of course that's flagged. You can see the texturing on this load. It's pretty good. Pretty darn good. Even got our seat and joysticks. Alright, so I did put one of the signal lights on the side there. Shining down good. That does shine through the wheel. I don't know if that might just be SCS though. I don't think that's on them. We also got our brake lights. Thing looks proper. We got our strobes. Those are pretty bright for sure. Is it just me or does the ground flare not match up? Or have I been staring at this too long? I don't know. Let me know in the comments. Am I tripping? I don't know. And then we also have our running lights. So up here we got that signal light does do a running light as well. We got our penny lights, our watermelon lights, and I threw some colored ones on this side so you can have a look at it. These are all watermelon lights on this side. So we got blue, green, magenta, purple, red, and white. Which I don't see the red and white shining down. Interestingly enough. I also don't think the orange was shining down. Interesting. Might be a flare issue in that one. But, guys, let me know what you think. How's the quality on this trailer? Do you have it? Do you enjoy it? Are you going to buy it? If not, why not? I want to know. Make sure to like every week. We're going to do something cool. I think next week we might do... Well, we're going to do a truck for sure. I just got to decide whose. And, of course, make sure to subscribe. It's the only way we can grow. It's the only way I could do fun stuff in the future for you guys. I want to see this thing get big, so... Thanks for everything. And make sure to keep those wheels turning.